1, 2, 3.
क्लोज आ जाओ, साइकिल के पीछे आ जाओ। हाँ, थोड़ा मोबाइल पीछे रखना रे। हाँ, अरे मोबाइल पीछे रखना बे थोड़ा।
Down यहाँ पर. Yeah, 3 of you here, center. Yeah, center down. सर आप एक इसके अंदर जाओ. नहीं.
हाँ, थोड़ा आना पीछे बे।
Center everyone. Center. Thank you. अब दोनों का.
अरे क्या करूं भाई, केएल के साथ दिखाऊं?
दोनों के साथ
केएल के साथ
कराना, मेरा कराना कराओगे?
जो ग्रोवर करा इधर नहीं, सबके सामने
सबके सामने नहीं चाहिए, अलग से चाहिए।
अलग से हुआ ना केएल।
मेरा करा दे भाई।
समित में सबका हमारा कोई नहीं था तब।
अरे
मछली हम लोग तो देखोगे बोलेगा आराम अन्ना बोला आज मेरे साथ मत ले, मेरे को तो डेली मिलता है उसके साथ।
हाँ भैया, हाँ बात।
1-2 मिनट रुक जाओ, मैं बाइक चला रहा हूँ। बाइक साइकिल चलवा दे।
अच्छा,
अरे कहाँ आगे बढ़िएगा? थोड़ा नीचे हो जाओ। अन्ना थोड़ा पोज। थोड़ा नजदीक। पार्टी सिक्योरिटी वाला मत।
वेट अन्ना वेट. सब दोनों का.
अरे सिक्योरिटी पीछे वाला.
अरे छोड़ो ना भाई,
अरे आ रहे हो.
ऐसा पोजीशन ले लो।
दोनों का. साइकिल नहीं दिख रहा. थोड़ा क्रॉस.
राहुल सर आप भी. यस.
नाइस, सॉरी.
राहुल आप भी. इसको खेलना है यार. एकदा. इकडे.
We are a startup brand, and so we try to do a lot of things, and sometimes things don't go as per plan and things like that. So I appreciate your patience and understanding in all of the things that are happening here. And again, thank you for being here. We're happy to take questions and answer what we are doing with brand Exel Moto, which is an initiative in the electric micro mobility space. I've spent 20 years in motorcycle design, coupled with motorcycle design and the prospect of a electric cycle which has the capability of more than just a cycle. Can offer a mobility solution for the young who are in school, college and depend on public transport or their family to get around, as well as the elderly who have a similar problem. And so the lightweight vehicles which don't require registration and a license become a very convenient mode of getting around. That being the primary focus of us developing these products and taking it out there, we have started our market entry with the premium segment, but we understand India as a landscape is a cost competitive and cost conscious market, and we definitely want to target the large portion of the market that is looking for a cost-effective solution going forward. The fact that it is pedal assist really targets the people who are struggling with health, because as a country, India has rising cases of diabetes, heart issues, and just being able to have a vehicle where you are pedaling and also utilizing power from the motor gives you an active lifestyle. How much you choose to incorporate it in your daily life depends on your lifestyle, your requirements from work and so on and so forth. But you could use it from as less as 5 kilometers per day to 45 kilometers per day, which is the range of the vehicle just on throttle. And when you pedal, you can take it up to 60 and 80 kilometers. So, active lifestyle coupled with a cost-effective 7 paise per kilometer kind of mode of transport. And we've used our experience of design and engineering to make sure that they offer the highest levels of comfort, stability, and give you the ability to really utilize 45 kilometers of travel, because in a lot of cases there's range for an electric cycle, but it's not comfortable enough to really utilize it. So in this case, we have brought in fat tires, a very robust frame, packaged the best of suspension, use the highest components for braking, so on and so forth, so that you really have a elevated experience. We started our journey 1 year ago, and we were very fortunate for Mr. Suniel Shetty to also join hands with us. He believes in our vision and understands what we're doing here. And what we've achieved so far in a year is that we have developed the prototypes last year. We got them production ready. We patented the designs to show our engineering design prowess around the frame and packaging of the components. We set up the entire supply chain and manufacturing in India. We do import certain components which are not available in the Indian landscape at the moment, but over the next years to come, we plan to have it a completely Indian manufactured product. So that's where we are in our journey. We did a pre-order campaign which was super successful. The customers who have received their bikes are super happy. One of the big achievements for us is the association with Delivery India Limited. So they are a logistics company, only 10 years old, but what they have achieved in this period of time is remarkable. And we work closely with the team to understand what is the requirement from last mile logistics delivery, and we custom tailored a product for their operational requirements, which we put under a rigorous pilot test in the month of June in the middle of monsoon, and made sure that we met all the stringent requirements from a gig worker, because he's working hard to earn a livelihood, and he wants a mode of transport that can be most cost effective and not get stuck somewhere because a battery runs out. He has the option of pedaling it back home or to the delivery center. They had an exceptional team that gave us exceptional feedback. We worked very closely with them to develop this model, and once the pilot was successful, there were many things we learned about them from a commercial perspective, and we are now doing a 200 cycle pilot. The understanding that we got from this association is that there is a very huge market in logistics and quick delivery in this space, where right now it is only being catered to by either ICE counterparts, scooters and electric scooters. But a version of an electric cycle that can carry a 45 kg payload and lets the rider do deliveries through a day. We worked very closely to understand whether we could take his ROI up by 30 to 40%, and we were successful at this. And so, I really appreciate the effort that Delivery has taken to associate with this endeavor. Yeah, Mr. Prashant from Delivery is here as a representative, and we've had conversations from February and done well. So I definitely want to express my appreciation for that. Thank you, Prashant.
It also, thank you very much. Thank you.
Suniel, would you like to talk about?
No, I think he said it all. Actually, he said it all, and my association with Akshay goes a long way. I own the Enfield, and Akshay was the first one who took it and revamped it and probably made it look better than any other vehicle that exists. I ride it even today. After that, my association with Akshay went further. I mean, it connected with Ahan when he did Ahan's bike for the film Tadap. And that was a bike that he modified and put it out there and got a lot of appreciation for that. Ahan's done a lot of stunts with that bike, so it saw the real test of time as well as hardcore action. And then Akshay came to us, I think a year and a half ago, and said, you know what, this is my dream and I want to do something. I said, super. It's tech related. It's about design. It's about the future, sustainable. I said, let the kids take a call. So Ahan and Rahul had a meeting with Akshay first. They understood him, came back to me and said, you know what, Dad, this looks like someone we should associate with. After that, the vehicles came in, and that's when I saw two little boys, going back to school and enjoying the vehicle. They were not talking about the business side of it. They were all talking about what they wanted. Akshay, I want one like this, I want one like that. And I saw that enthusiasm and said, take the call then. And that's how the association happened. For me, it's people above presentations. It's intent over ideas. It's value over valuation. So, not knowing too much about the business or the vehicle itself. Because the boys agreed, I said absolutely brilliant. And now I see it works brilliantly. I mean, it looks good, it feels good, it rides good, and it does good, from a sustainable point of view. So I think the relationship is perfect. He does what he is good at, and we do what we are good at. Probably put the bike out into the market and get that visibility going. So I think it's a great combination. A founder who doesn't talk about cash burn, but reminds me of Dad and how he did business. Give a product to a customer where he is your brand ambassador. He does the talking. He takes it forward, and it should be with him for life. Because we've got enough customers. As from a retail perspective, B2B, B2C, when it comes to people, enough people. So let's just make sure that this cycle lasts a lifetime with people, and that's the association. So that is about it from my side.
जैसा कि मुंबई
नहीं पहले आप
सर, हमने हमेशा से देखा है कि आप मेक इन इंडिया प्रोडक्ट्स को ज़्यादा सपोर्ट करते हैं, तो हाउ डू यू फील एसोसिएटिंग विद एक्सेल मोटो, क्योंकि ऑब्वियसली ये एक इंडियन प्रोडक्ट है, तो आपको कैसा फील हो रहा है? क्योंकि हमेशा से आपने सिर्फ इंडियन प्रोडक्ट को ही सपोर्ट किया, जहाँ तक हमने देखा है आर्टिकल्स में, आपके इंटरव्यूज में, तो आपको कैसा फील हो रहा है फिर से एक ऐसे ब्रांड को सपोर्ट?
आई थिंक यहाँ सिर्फ मेड इन इंडिया नहीं है, प्राउडली इंडियन कहूँगा मैं. आज से 35 साल पहले भी जब मेरी ब्रांड चलती थी मिस्चिफ, उस पर प्राउडली इंडियन लिखा रहता था, मेड इन इंडिया नहीं लिखा जाता था. तो जब भी मैं किसी प्रोडक्ट से एसोसिएट करता हूँ वो फीलिंग के साथ चलता हूँ. मैं बोलता हूँ मेड इन इंडिया, प्राउडली इंडियन डेफिनेटली, लेकिन इंजीनियरिंग रेडी टू टेक ऑन द वर्ल्ड. तो ये दिखाता है कि हम किसी से कम नहीं है. जब कोई भी तकलीफ़ होती है दुनिया में, कहीं भी तकलीफ़ होती है, आज हमारे ऑनरेबल प्रधानमंत्री चुप बैठे हुए हैं, वो इसलिए क्योंकि उनको अपनी ताकत पता है. हमारे बच्चों की, हमारे टेक्नीशियंस की, आईटी के लड़कियों की ताकत पता है, और इस वजह से चुप है क्योंकि हम डिलीवर कर सकते हो. आई थिंक दिस इज़ व्हाट, उनमें से एक प्रोडक्ट प्रॉब्ली 0.001% ये हमारी एक प्रोडक्ट है जो कहती है, चिल्ला के कहती है कि वी आर इंडियन, वी आर टफ, वी आर मेड फॉर आवर रोड्स, वी आर मेड फॉर आवर वेदर. हमारी वेदर अलग है, हमारे रास्ते अलग है. आई थिंक उसके लिए बना हुआ है. यानी अगर इंडिया में ये चल जाएगा और इंडिया के ट्रैफिक में ये चल जाएगा और अपने आप को मनूवर करता, तो आई थिंक दुनिया के किसी भी देश में ये चल सकता और सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है.
अन्ना जी, यही सवाल था कि मुंबई में ट्रैफिक बहुत होते हैं, तो क्या हम आपको देखेंगे कि आप अपनी लग्जरी कार को छोड़ के साइकिल पर इस तरह से आएंगे कब?
हाँ, फ़ोटो से अगर मुझे दूर रखोगे आप और उन चीज़ों से दूर रखोगे तो मैं कहीं भी चलते भी जाऊंगा मैं. इसमें क्यों? तकलीफ़ ये होती है कि हम जा नहीं सकते जैसे हम जाना चाहते और जहाँ हम जाना चाहते. तो उस डर के वजह से एक एक्टर अगर अलग चलता है तो वो सिर्फ इसीलिए ताकि दूसरों को तकलीफ़ ना हो और ना ही उसे तकलीफ़ हो. बाकी कोई वजह ही नहीं है. मैं भी खाना चाहूँगा कि चौपाटी पे जाके भेलपुरी पहले जैसे खाना चाहूँगा, आइसक्रीम खाना चाहूँगा. उन वजहों से है, बाकी किसी चीज़ के नहीं. और साइकिल, ई साइकिल तो ऑलरेडी सोच मेरी यही है कि मेरी गाड़ी पे लटकी रहेगी और शूट पे और जहाँ भी मैं जाऊँगा, खास करके जब खंडाला जाता हूँ, तो वैसे ही यही प्रोडक्ट इस्तेमाल करूँगा.
इसमें मैं और एक चीज़ कहना चाहूँगा. अगर आपने देखे हैं जहाँ पे ये अपनी बाइक चला रहे, तो मुझे लगता है कि इनका अपने खुद के बचपन से कनेक्शन बन जाता है. बिकॉज मैं जब इनको देखता हूँ इलेक्ट्रिक साइकिल जब ये चलाते हैं, तो उनके ना फेस पे एक खुशी है, एक मज़ा इनको जो आ रहा है. आई एम श्योर कि वो ये बाइक लेके और चलाना चाहेंगे.
और पैडल भी करता हूँ. पैडल करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, क्योंकि आपकी ताकत, आपकी एनर्जी जो है वो इंजन में भी दिखाई देगी. तो आई थिंक दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ दिस साइकिल. और एक और चीज़ मैं कनेक्शन की बात करूँगा कि अक्षय की बीवी जो है समीरा है, समीरा रेड्डी के साथ मैंने फिल्में भी की है. तो द एसोसिएशन इज़ अ लॉन्ग एसोसिएशन ऑफ द फैमिली. सो यू नो बहुत सारी रीजंस हैं क्योंकि जिस वजह से हम जुड़े.
I have a question for you, Akshay. I've heard a lot about it from Shell today. It's an honor to see you guys come up with such a beautiful concept.
Thank you.
I would just like to know that as a builder of machines and now a creator of a brand, that's your personal dream. Where do you see Exel Moto in the next 5 years down the line?
Yeah, it's a very good question. Worldwide electric cycles stands at a $40 billion market. There are many mature markets in Europe, America and Australia which have already adopted electric cycles as a mode of transport, and they are now replacing their second car with something like this in the family to run errands and so on and so forth. We live in a country with such a large population, and they are still struggling to have enough public transport for people like them. I think that this kind of a pedal assist low cost product is something that can really catch the hearts of people and really go deep. So for us, not only is it an urban city play, a rural city play, but also a global play. The adoption initially is going to happen with people who are already aware of this concept, who've traveled and understand it. But the way that we have mapped our product development portfolio over the next 2 years, we plan to go down to a granular level and make it available for everyone who would like to adopt it at that price.
Do you think that this product would really stand out for hotels across India where they promote leisure as one of their in-house activities?
That's a very good question. Not only will hotels adopt it for in-house activities, at tourist spots where people hire a taxi to go and do sightseeing, there's no better way than to be on two wheels and be part of be part of the culture of a city and be able to experience what's happening on a tourism level. Also, campuses which are very large for educational purposes, getting from the gate, going to your classes is a challenge. And this actually, because there's no license and registration that's required, and because there's a limit on the speed, it becomes a safe and easy adoptable transport for hospitality, for education, for tourism. We are looking in the future to make it available for government agencies like patrolling, border patrolling. We're looking at the defense, where certain applications like this can be made possible. It is cost effective, it is silent, it is active, it is convenient, lightweight. There are many benefits. It has to suit the requirement of that particular application.
I keep telling Akshay about societies too. Every time today we live in such large societies, and every time there is some errand that needs to be run, you're always saying gaadi lekar jao. So this little vehicle can actually help from a society perspective, and that's a huge one, I believe, across.
Predominantly going to be probably B2B rather than B2C when you talk tourist attractions.
Mobility is multifaceted, right? If you look at commercial vehicles and the way if you look at commercial vehicles on a larger platform, they apply for passenger, they apply for commercial, they apply for defense. So why should this be any different? So while there's a B2B play, the people who will adopt it for an active lifestyle, the people who will adopt it for their own micro mobility, young Gen Z entrepreneurs, freelancers who don't want to necessarily take an auto, an Uber, have an independent mode of transport that they can take up in an elevator to their house. It gives them the freedom that no other, mode of transport gives.
Right. So one question for you. Mature over from cinema to entrepreneurship. What patterns do you recognize in the EV movement that signal that it's more than just a trend?
I'm seeing it with this vehicle itself. It can change cities. It can change the way we travel. It can change, from a price point also. It can change travel for us. And I think that's the difference is going to make. There's no registration, there's no license. So it's freedom, but with a responsibility. And responsibility because it's all green. And that is the difference. And I think once you start getting used to that and start believing that you're making a difference, it rubs off on you as an individual also. When you do good and you get appreciated for that, you want to do even better. And I think that's where we're going to end up.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.
अन्ना जी, एक फ्रेम में हमने आप तीनों को देखा, यू, राहुल एंड आहान, तो फिल्म में भी हम देखेंगे इस तरह से कुछ?
राहुल क्रिकेट खेल रहा है, क्रिकेट ही खेलने दो और बेटर ही है. ऐसी प्लेयर की ज़रूरत भी है. उसके अलावा नॉट जस्ट एज अ क्रिकेटर, एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग, एज अ पर्सनैलिटी, जिस तरीके से वो अपने आप को कंडक्ट भी करता है, उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से आहान की शुरुआत अभी हुई है. तो आई थिंक इट्स हिज टाइम फॉर द लाइमलाइट. मैं अगर पीछे रहूँ तो बेटर ही रहेगा.
सर, आप अपने परिवार की इतने नींव हैं और दोनों बच्चों को आपको देख के और हमें प्राइड फील हो रहा है. पहले से ही अतिया फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में, आहान फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में है और अब केएल राहुल परिवार का भी हिस्सा है. तो फैमिली प्राइड की डेफिनेशन आपके लिए क्या चेंज हो गई है?
जी, अब वो इबारा हो गई है, यानी पोती सब कुछ है अब अभी हमारे लिए, और वो जोड़ के रखती है हमारी. नज़रिया बदल चुका. कहते हैं ना कि मूल से सूद प्यारा होता है. आई थिंक वो मुझे अब रियलाइज़ हो रहा है कि शी इज़ द बॉन्ड दैट बॉन्ड्स एवरीथिंग. अभी भागने की कोशिश इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि 6:30 बजे तक सो जाएगी. तो मुझे ये देखना है कि मैं अभी ट्रैफिक में सोच रहा हूँ ट्रैफिक कितना टाइम लगेगा, कितना टाइम मुझे मिलेगा. आई थिंक शी जस्ट होल्ड्स यू टुगेदर एंड शी होल्ड्स अस एज अ फैमिली. सुबह उठता हूँ तो यही चाहता हूँ कि जल्द देख लूँ. और अच्छी बात यह है कि राहुल एंड तिया हैव शिफ्टेड इनटू द सेम बिल्डिंग वेयर आई लिव. सो इससे बढ़िया और कुछ हो नहीं सकता. आहान भी वहीं, राहुल भी वहीं, अतिया भी वहीं, माना और मैं भी वहीं.
सर, एक और सवाल था कि ये इबारा नाम किसने रखा था?
इबारा नाम राहुल ने रखा था, राहुल और अतिया ने. एंड उसका मतलब वही है जो अतिया का मतलब है, अ गिफ्ट ऑफ गॉड.
You had a question.
Sorry,
Yeah, better.
Actually, we've been following your work for almost 2 decades now. or more.
Thank you.
Grown up with your designs, your work, see the quality here as well. Now, we build motorcycles for a living too.
Yeah, I know.
just like you. What I want to understand now, this is something that you've designed for, let's say, a college goer or a school goer, probably a retired person. This is not for your regular commute. This is not for somebody to take it to office, or maybe it is. Now, considering the kind of roads that we are on, full of potholes, speed breakers, whatnot, why a hardtail design? Why a rigid frame?
Yeah, it's a good question. We have 2 models. We have, and when you see the bikes outside, and you'll have a chance to ride them. We have, we have not only called you all here to have a question answer session, but we have 4 bikes, and we want you all to experience it. People who are from the auto background, and even if you're not, even if you're from any walk of life, it's important to experience what I'm talking about. I don't want to just have an article. Coming back to your question, one is a hardtail and one has a rear suspension as well. It has a swing arm with a mono suspension. It all depends on the application, and once you ride the hardtail, because of the 20 by 4 inch fat tire that we have given and the compression that tire offers when you ride even a hardtail, I guarantee you'll not think of it as a hardtail again. So we have one model which is called the E1X, which is inspired from a BMX. It's definitely a monster BMX considering the fat tires, and when you ride it, you'll know that it can handle the potholes and the road conditions of our country, including speed breakers, all of that, and still give you a great ride. And coming back to your question, when you said that we have addresses for students and an office goer won't use it, I'm in Bandra, our factory is in Andheri MIDC, and I have comfortably done the trip to and fro, not broken a sweat getting to work, and on the way back used more of the pedaling and got a workout. So I'm a real user and advocator of the product, and when you ride it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Just to quickly add to this.
Again, that's a great question. We have the experience of building larger motorcycles that cater to a different market, but I think that what we have partnered to do is, really make something that is conscious of our environment, how we treat our planet. And so, we don't want to build a product that is just catering to thrills and, performance. We really, even if we build a motorcycle in the registered segment, it is going to target people who really need a mode of transport in this segment. So, have to answer your question, are we going to build a big EV, luxury bike? That's not on the annual, it's not in the plans right now.
We'd love to see a Benchi inspired.
How nice. Thank you for.
I think I just wanted to ask that same question. I mean, since you built a custom product here, eventually when you have this product out on the streets, do you have any plans on building custom versions of these?
Well, we did a custom version for Ahan. He has his own custom E2R, and in fact, we're going to have him unbox it. So it's of course colors and styling. I don't know whether we'll do a whole range, but we'll definitely offer styling and custom options as a limited line, which can be done on the website itself. So you'll be able to pick and choose from colors and decals and seat options, which will give you a slightly custom solution. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Then let's come to the pricing as well as the funding options for your company with celebrity investors on board like Suniel sir. How are you deploying this capital? Like is it towards product innovation, marketing, scaling, distribution, and will you be seeking more institutional funding in future?
Yes, it's a good question. And what we partnered for, the goals that we had in mind for this last 12-month period, we have achieved. We have set up the production, we have started deliveries, we've patented the designs, we have about 6 models which are further developed and ready for launch. So we've achieved, and we've made the delivery association, which for us is a milestone in what we did. It was not on the cards, but it has happened very effectively. So yes, we having a startup, having it get off the ground and then sustainably grow, funding is a natural part of that process. And yes, we are going to go for further rounds of funding. We have already set up production for the current sales targets that we have in mind. But as those targets grow reasonably fast, we will definitely start focusing on increasing the manufacturing capacity. While we do that, we would definitely like to own some of those manufacturing processes so we can offer quality and we can offer the right costs. And in addition to that, we want to invest deeply in tech. We don't want to just take things off the product and put, product. We want to invest on a continuous basis to offer products which are intuitive, suitable to the right market in which we are launching, and making sure that there is a connectivity for the rider and his vehicle, because the convenience factor that this vehicle is going to offer, coupled with the tech that we are planning to deploy in the near future, is really going to make it like your transport buddy. You have a phone which is your communication device, and this can be something that's a personal transportation device that you rely on for a day-to-day basis, and it can be that intuitive and that convenient to use. So that's our goal. So
what will be the price points? Because in the entire conversation you have not mentioned about the price points, also the scalability.
Right.
What are the kind of units you are going to begin with, and how are you looking forward to growing it up further from a business point of view as well?
Right.
Like not only targeting towards the B2B segment,
Correct.
but now when you are going out in the market and target and hitting towards the B2C segment,
right.
How are you going to place it? What is going to be the ratio?
It's a good question. The way, no sir, go ahead.
One more.
I won't remember all of that, so let me answer, part of it. When we started with personal mobility, we started very cautiously. We're a very small team. We are a very effective team. We don't believe in, burning to grow a business. We run a business to run a business. If you see the price point at which we launch these products with, premium components and features, the price points that we have already launched it at, 48,500 and 58,500, while it seems like an expensive electric cycle, when you really use it and you can use it for a daily basis, then that becomes the price versus buying an electric scooter at a lakh or under. The sales forecast that we had for personal mobility, we are already on track to doing those, and that is going to grow, in an organic fashion. when we made the association with delivery, we really got to understand from their management and their team that there is a very big requirement. They are already a very extremely large organization with 80,000 delivery agents on ground at the moment. If we are effectively able to offer them the ROI per delivery agent, and we want to work very hard to custom tailor products for them in the future, which are based around the micro mobility, transportation, we can definitely grow from a financial standpoint exponentially.
And are you targeting only towards the Indian market or the Asian market, or what are the markets you are planning to tap onto?
Yeah, so the electric cycle, the norms that we have fulfilled are very similar to the norms which are in Europe. America has slightly different norms, and all the components that we are using are already designed to fulfill those requirements of certification. So for us, the product which can be made and sold in India can also be made and sold in global markets. We want to not take a bite of more than we can chew. So we want to first target the first phase, and exports will come in next year. Talking about markets, we have another product which we are going to unveil after this press conference, which is targeted towards the women workforce. It offers a frame which is slide through for women to be able to sit without having to throw their legs over the seat, and it also addresses the senior citizen and elderlies who again will find it easier to slide through a frame and sit on a scooter bench-like seat, which is more comfortable, lightweight as compared to a scooter, and make them independent.
It's an aluminum frame.
The frames are steel. They are high carbon steel. We use very high grade, and then the finishing processes for these include cathodic electric deposition to make sure that they are completely corrosive free, and we use automotive paint material and processes to ensure that they have a very long life. So we've taken care of all those things from 20 years of knowing motorcycles.
For a concept, something which is similar like Yulu, are you planning to, you want people to use the cycle around tourism and related aspects?
Yeah.
Within the city, if you want more people to ride it, a concept, something which is like a Yulu concept where people can take it via an app, since you mentioned technology as well.
Yeah.
So is that also in plan?
So with delivery, we had a very clear, requirement from their side that going forward, we need to have the vehicles IoT enabled. The minute the vehicles are IoT enabled and connected to a mobile app, we can make them available for a subscription model, for rental, for so many other applications. And that's a very good point. We may look at it. But first, we are going to roll out the plan which we have right now on the anvil. So the first batch of electric cycles which we are launching are not IoT enabled yet. But yes, all of those things are possible going forward.
I have one question for such vehicles because it's very risky right now in Mumbai at least.
Would you like to say anything?
No.
So it's a very good point that you have raised. BKC had a riding lane which now doesn't exist anymore. What happens is a cycle requires a complete effort from the rider to get from point A to point B. With a battery powered pedal assist, it makes it much easier. So now what happens is the school student, when he goes to the cycle outlet where our bikes are also listed and being sold, he finds this to be a more comfortable way to get there. With the higher adoption of electric cycles, it is but obvious that government agencies will have to take notice and start creating some infrastructure for it. With ambassadors like Mr. Suniel Shetty, we are of course going to create awareness around it, and when people start to adopt it and they require the infrastructure to ride it, it will happen, and we are going to definitely advocate and work towards it as well.
Sunil sir, this type of e-vehicles, whether it is cycle or car,
Among whom?
celebrities, fertility.
मैं अपनी बात कर सकता हूँ. अभी फ्रेटर्निटी का तो फ्रेटर्निटी जानती है, ई व्हीकल्स काफ़ी लोग इस्तेमाल भी कर रहे हैं. और आई थिंक इट डिपेंड्स ऑन एवरी इंडिविजुअल ऑल्सो. आई थिंक अवेयरनेस तो बहुत ज़्यादा है ऑलरेडी. अब आपके ऊपर डिपेंडेंट है कि आप फॉलो करना चाहते हो कि नहीं. आई थिंक दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग. आई मीन कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि सेविंग द प्लानट, एक बूंद पानी आप बंद कर दोगे तो दैट इज़ सेविंग द प्लानट फॉर देम. हमारी सोच अलग है. तो इंडिविजुअल टू इंडिविजुअल आई थिंक हम सबको रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी इस बदलाव को लाने के लिए.
इवन अगर आपसे कहना चाहेंगे आप एक्सेल मोटो के साथ आप किसके साथ राइड पे जाना चाहेंगे, आपके जो बॉलीवुड में फ्रेंड्स?
किसके साथ राइड में जाना चाहूँगा? अभी फ़िलहाल तो सिंगल सीटर है तो अकेला जाऊँगा. एक साथ अभी सिंगल सीट पे अलग अलग तो कोई जो मेरे साथ जुड़ना चाहेगा उसके साथ मैं जुड़ जाऊँगा.
तभी भी अगर आपका कोई क्लोज नाम
परेश जी. मैं परेश जी और अक्षय ताकि साथ साथ हेरा फेरी कर सकें.
I have one question here. This is actually to all kind of target audience. I want to understand that how we're going to balance the marketing side for a consumer-based perspective. That how will other audience think about adapting this vehicle and balancing that with the delivery part, with the other models just as delivered. Like there are other companies also who does the same. So how are you going to balance that part?
Well, the B2B and enterprise targets, that segment of the, transportation aspects. And the way we approach it is that we are creating a solution and fulfilling certain needs of that particular organization. With personal mobility, I have to, communicate to you and as everyone else in a way that you understand how the product integrates. So the marketing required for enterprise and the marketing required for personal mobility is completely different. But there's an app.
Design itself.
Yeah,
is
that's true. Actually, that's a great point. The design of the vehicle, if you see the delivery vehicle and the way it's set up and what it offers versus the personal mobility, they are two completely different people. It's like saying, Tata manufactures tempos, but they also manufacture passenger cars, and so how will they sell both?
Yeah, true. No, I'm just trying to understand that balance.
Does your sister have a gym membership? If she's going to get one, she doesn't have to, because then she can have an active lifestyle on this. I'm saying you can replace a gym membership with something like this. You, of course, an EV in a scooter space is also heavy and difficult to manage and navigate. You can't put it in an elevator and take it up to and park it in your balcony or the passage. You can't remove you can in some cases, but in this you can take the battery out and take it up to your house and charge it. There are many more convenience points. So we'll take you through a whole set of comparison points why electric cycles versus.
But a great product.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Coming from something like that can actually be, let's say if Suniel Shetty wants to take it on the shoot next, he just dumps it in his car and can take it with him.
I'm gonna carry it to the shoot now.
No, I'm sure you can. I mean, I would
No, but that is something.
No, yeah, I'll answer your questions. Our bikes are compatible with racks. So if you have a rack at the back of your SUV or a car, it's easy to put on the rack and take it out. That's one. Then we did an analysis to the number of people who will fold a bike and put it into their car. You're an enthusiast and I know you understand design and you would do all of that, but we are first targeting the people who are not looking at that application but an easier adoption, because even folding a bike, lifting it up by a single person, putting it into a vehicle, 31 kgs is a lot to kind of do with that, and not a lot of people find that convenient. Definitely product innovation and our portfolio will offer one folding variant that will come down the line. But the front wheel is a quick release. You can take it out and put the entire bike into your back seat. And talking about like a car is not much bigger than a Tata Nexon. Our sales head has it, and he takes the front wheel out, puts the bike into it, and he's done an entire south tour of dealers and kind of gone and shown the bike. So it's not very difficult to do that either. Yeah.
So coming to the getting those happen in India and make them probably Indian as well. And my third aspect is you mentioned about the dealers. Like who are these dealers as of now?
Okay, so I'll answer your first question. Yes, every cycle comes with a charger. The charger fits into a 5 ampere plug and has a pin, so it's easy to charge. The second question was that we are importing components, but the reason that we are importing certain components is because they're not available in India. And the minute that it's viable for us to develop those components and make the product 100% manufactured in India, it will happen, because that's our goal and target, very clear from the first get-go.
What is the warranty right now on the battery and the charger?
There's a 2-year warranty on the battery, there's a 1-year warranty on frame, there's a 1-year warranty on charger.
Unlimited kilometers?
There's a kilometer limit on how much it can do, but if you compare the two, you're taken care of for a year or two. You don't have to worry about it. You can ride as much as you need to.
And the assistance or servicing of this vehicle, because I remember I had a Ghost way before it came into the, and it was a signature again. Traveling till there, taking a cycle there.
It's a great question. The price point of the product, the method in which we're going to do traditional distribution doesn't allow us to have our own exclusive service centers. But the way that the product is designed and set up, and we have experienced this because we have worked with local cycle mechanics. I have gone personally to a roadside cycle mechanic that has a small shop and basic tools, and he has been able to service everything except the battery, motor controller and the electricals, which we offer quick turnaround, 48-hour to 72-hour depending on where you are, replacement and support for those kind of components. But other than that, the wheels, the tires, the brakes, the bearings, the pedals, all of that can be very easily serviced at the local cycle shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
राइडिंग की बात की आपने, जैसा कि आपने नाम भी लिया, गिफ्ट भी करेंगे आप किसी को, लाइक
हाँ पैसे देंगे तो गिफ्ट कर दूँगा। वो पैसे मुझे गिफ्ट करे, मैं उसको बाइक का गिफ्ट करूँ। आप अगर चाहो तो मैं गिफ्ट कर दूँगा।
जैसे आपके जो करीबी दोस्त हैं,
We're unveiling the bike.
उनके पास पैसे है, वो खरीद सकते हैं।
We are looking to unveil the Scoot, which is the scooter form factor bike, which is outside. I would request everyone to come take a look at that product, and then we have 4 cycles which are on the lawn, which are open for you to experience and get a feel for. Thank you very much.
Thank you.